Hello.
Okay, get away from the mic way too close.
Hi.
The rule is this, alright? No, you need to have it
Can I bring it closer?
I guess.
I don't want to sit up.
You're the most needy guest I've ever had. Alright.
Hello.
That's still okay. That's perfect. And don't move. Sit very still the entire episode.
I'm a fidget. I fidget.
I'm kidding. You don't have to sit that still. Alright, guys.
And I talk a lot with my hands.
Welcome back to the JROD Pod, guys. And today we have a very special guest. She's been very elusive. I've been trying to get her on the pod for a while. And
I'm a very busy person. Okay, I just gotta say that.
don't interrupt.
I'm
Don't interrupt the intro. All right. Welcome back to the JROD Pod, guys. And today we have a very special guest. She's been very elusive, and I texted her this morning to verify that she was gonna be able to come on the podcast. And I'll tell you what, if you would have canceled, you would have noticed on social media, like random accounts, like just kind of hating on you and stuff. I would have started a lot of bots. They would have all just been me typing and just
You've already done that. So.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Welcome to the show. Yeah. How do you say your name?
You're lying.
Yasmeen, everyone. Yasmeen. How do you say your name?
Canifer.
I thought it was Khalif.
No, it's
Yasmeen Canifer. Welcome back to the show. And the JROD Pod Army is excited to have you here. That's what we call ourselves.
All two of them.
All of them, all thousands of them. You just don't see them. But today, what we want to talk about, or what I want to talk about, is so I've known you for how long? It's been what,
It's been almost 2 years, like a year and a half.
A year and a half.
We met in May 2022.
May in 2022.
Yeah.
Doing door to door, and she's very embarrassed of this.
And that's a part of my life that I want to cut out. It was only a month and a half, but I still I want that out of my life. Am I too far from the mic?
Just all right. That's whatever.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So we were doing door to door, and I was very good at it. Her, not so much.
I was.
No, I'm kidding. You were fine. But you started out doing business to business, right?
Yeah, we did business to business, and then we moved door to door.
Which one was worse? Because I only did door to door.
Honestly, door to door was worse.
Yeah.
It was just more embarrassing. You are going to, you're going to people's houses, and you're there was nothing professional about it. At least with business to business, we would dress up.
You felt professional.
We felt professional. There was nothing professional about that either, but it still felt somewhat professional.
Yeah.
Because you're going to actual businesses and you're talking to business owners.
Right.
Rather than going to a random citizen's house.
A super shitty house.
It was the worst.
Did you ever have to go? So one of the things that I had to do, I don't know if you ever had to go. I'm pretty sure they sent mainly guys to certain areas.
Yeah.
So some of the houses I would knock on when I would go to these really sketchy areas of Detroit were I was scared walking down the street.
Yeah. Thankfully thankfully for girls, they never had us go to
sketchy houses.
Yeah, sketchier areas. But
yeah.
I know most of the men, when they were in the company, they would go to the sketchier neighborhoods where there was one house on the street.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we never went to anywhere that was super sketchy, but still it was, I don't know, it did not feel safe. I look back at it now, and I just cannot believe that I would knock on random people's doors. You don't know who's behind that. It could be Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what I mean? It
could be.
Someone, yeah, I don't know. It was just very dangerous.
Well, you would have been fine if it was Jeffrey Dahmer. I would have had an issue because he was gay, right? Right?
That's true. That's true.
I would have had a serious issue. I think I could have got away from him, though. But if he was if they invite you in their house.
I think he could have lured you in.
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
Definitely, because, that's how you get the sale. You try to get in. You try to get into the house, and then...
Yeah, exactly.
But remember that? So the first time I really met you was when we went to East Lansing, right?
East Lansing, yeah.
And then there's, just to give you guys an example of like the kind of people you meet when you're doing door to door. There was this one woman. We knocked on her house, and she like she was kind of a spet. She like opened the door and she's like, "I'm waiting for my tutor," or whatever to get the sale through.
She she said that she does not know how to use her phone at all. Like, she does not know how to use any type of technology, and that she had a tutor that showed her how to use everything. Like, she didn't know how to use her computer.
Yeah.
She didn't know how to use her phone.
I think she was retarded.
I don't like the R word.
Okay.
You take the R word back.
Okay, I think she was
stupid. Stupid.
But that's even worse. If she was retarded and you're calling her stupid. I've never said she was stupid, guys. I don't know what Yasmeen is talking about. There are plenty of retarded people that are very smart. I don't know why she's being so hateful.
She was a spaz. She was very spastic, and she screamed at us, and she threatened to call the cops, right?
Oh yeah, but that happened all the time.
Okay.
A lot of people would threaten to call the cops on us door-to-door folk. And it makes sense. I mean, I had a door-to-door person come into my house the other day selling it was like, what are the phone companies? There's AT&T, Verizon, is Cellular one?
I haven't heard of Cellular. T-Mobile.
It wasn't one of these like main ones. It was like
what's that one? The purple logo. What is that? What is it? It's
Oh, Metro.
Metro.
It wasn't Metro. It was like a weird one, which shows how bad this guy was, doing.
Listen,
and he knocked on my house, or he didn't even knock because I was actually mowing the lawn. And then he's like, "Hey, like, are you the homeowner?" I'm like, "Listen, man, I know what you're doing. I've done it."
You don't feel bad for these people? Like, sometimes
he was like 43 years old.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Holy fuck, it's hot in here.
I have so much, like, when I go to the store, for example, like, especially at Costco, they always have some sort of representative from like AT&T or whatever. And, like, I just feel so bad. I always try to give them the time of day because...
Really?
Like, I normally, like, will at least acknowledge them. I don't just walk by them. Like, if they tell me, hey, AT&T, I'm just like, I already have AT&T, but thank you. I try to make them feel somewhat good. I feel bad for them because, I mean...
Because you've been there.
Yes, but they're also out here just, like, trying to make money.
Yeah.
Even though they, like, low-key are scamming people. Like, let's be real. You cannot make it, I don't know, I feel like you cannot make it far in sales unless you're a scammer. You have to know how to scam people. You have to have, like, no conscience almost.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I couldn't get far because, like, I'm not going to lie to someone for my own benefit.
Right.
So that's why I thought, like...
Yasmeen, it's so hot in here right now. I'm like...
you have sweat going
I'm sweating, guys. God.
Yeah, there's no ventilation in here.
Shut up. There's ventilation. You can see it. They just don't turn it on for some reason. And I'm going to figure that out, guys. So if you want to, do your own podcast here or whatnot, just let me know.
Don't do it.
No. Don't say that. Don't say that. Right? It's good in here. I don't know what she's talking about. Well, what I do know is this, okay? The company that we worked for has now gone under. It does not
exist anymore. Well, because it was a
scam.
It was a pyramid scheme. It was bullshit.
Yeah, there were people there that were like still working there that were like charged for fraud. It was very strange. Very strange. I might cut this out. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe we shouldn't be like
doing all the business,
exposing them like that. But man, I don't know.
Okay, so you're an Arab woman living in Dearborn. Now, something I always wondered, considering the studios in Dearborn, is what's the allure to Arabs
in Dearborn?
Yeah, like why is Dearborn the place?
I think it's because it's such a big Arab, like, Muslim community.
But why? Why did it start?
I'm not sure I'm not sure how it happened, to be honest. I'm pretty new in Dearborn myself. I pretty much grew up in Well, I grew up in Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should cut that part out.
Toledo.
Yeah. So I grew up in
The Glass
Toledo.
City.
Yeah. Glass City. We're known for something. Okay. But I've only been here for 2 years now. I'm not sure when. I think it started probably back in the 80s. Someone
Yeah.
just migrated here, and then
One family.
I don't know. Maybe it started that way. I'm not gonna speak on the history of the city, but like, I don't know.
Here, and just look it up. Just gonna look up.
That's how it. And now there's such a big Arab community that everybody wants to come here. You know.
Definitely some people, yeah. All right, why does Dearborn have so many damn Arabs?
Are you?
And then, you know, I'll cut this out. But a brief history of Dearborn, Michigan. Okay. So, we'll share this screen. Now, I noticed you're not wearing one of these little hijabs.
Right.
Why not? Are you Muslim?
Yes.
But you're not wearing the hijab.
I choose not to.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It is something that we are supposed to wear.
I would appreciate if you were wearing one.
I would appreciate if you wore one.
Well, I'm not Muslim, so it's different.
But
If you're watching this and you're in Dearborn, get on her case, all
you
right?
need to cut this shit out.
Get on her case and let her know. Okay, let's just see. All right, so basically, Dearborn, Michigan is a center of Arab American culture, economic and political life. It's home to several of the country's oldest and most influential mosques. Do you go to a mosque?
I do. Not regularly, but yeah, I do go.
When? When was the last time you went?
Last time I went
Yeah.
was during Ramadan of this year.
You
which is
got
back
it?
in, like,
Okay.
April.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October.
When was the last time you went to church?
November?
When was the last time you went to church?
2 weeks ago?
Oh, did you? Did your mommy force you?
No, I volunteered to go there, and don't make fun of my mother. Alright, okay, I'm gonna cut that out. Dozens of now iconic Arab bakeries and restaurants, and a vibrant, essential mix of Arab American service and culture organizations.
I'm shocked you can read all those big words.
Blah, 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 shut up. The city became the first Arab majority city in the U.S. in 2023. I thought it was long before that.
No, it was probably it became like an Arab majority city
Oh,
in
okay.
2023, but there's been, I mean, a large amount of Arabs since, like I said, probably since the 80s.
Oh, to work in the auto plant at Ford.
I don't know.
God, you know nothing about your own culture. You know that?
Neither do you know.
You know nothing about your own culture.
What do you know about your own culture? You don't even eat tacos.
I eat tacos. I went to Taco Bell the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. All right, but aside from that, let's talk a little bit about you. So, you claim to really be into fitness and nutrition, and
I claim.
yeah, that's what you said. You claimed I'm really into fitness and nutrition. So what got you into that?
What got me into fitness and nutrition?
Mhm.
Do I get deep about this? Like, how
You
deep
can do
I
it.
get?
Just whatever you want. Just whatever you think.
I
Don't be nervous. She said she was very nervous before she came out here,
I'm nervous because, like, I don't know.
and you should be.
He just makes me feel uncomfortable. And we're like in an enclosed space.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Really hot in here.
It's getting
Like, how do you
cooler.
not get nervous? But
It's getting cooler, all right, guys. It's not that hot in
that
here.
fan ain't doing shit. Anyway.
It feels so good on my back, but I'm
I
bothering.
don't feel it at all, but whatever. So I got into fitness and nutrition, I would say. I took it serious probably in like June of 2022. So basically what? Do I talk about my eating disorder? Is that deep?
Talk about whatever you want, Yasmeen.
Okay, I don't know how deep to get into it.
Just get very deep as you want. You know what? Super deep.
Super deep. Okay, so we're gonna talk about it. So
Get closer to the mic.
okay. Okay, so basically, how it started, I wanted to go to the gym just to like be more active, but I wasn't doing anything serious. Like I wasn't like lifting weights. Basically, all I did was a bunch of like HIIT workouts and
What are HIIT workouts?
like fucking burpees, like stupid shit.
Okay.
Like,
like as if you were like doing like sports.
it's just like high intensity
Yeah.
workouts. So I wasn't really doing much of weight training. All I cared about was losing weight. Like I need to be skinny. I was already skinny, just to preface this, but I wanted to be skinnier. It became an obsession, became a very unhealthy obsession for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It did. So I was like, so it started out, I was doing a lot of cardio. And this started, I would say, end of 2021. Yeah, towards the end of 2021. And I thought I was doing the right thing. Like, the only way to be fit is to do a bunch of cardio and do a bunch of, like, useless exercises that you see on the internet. I was doing a lot of, like, cycle bar, which is, like, cycling classes. I was paying so much money. Like, I just want to, like...
You were paying money?
Yeah, like, so, like, cycle bar, if you did, like, I had an unlimited membership, so I would go as many times as I wanted in a month.
Okay.
And it was literally, like, $200 a month.
Oh, wow.
To cycle. I mean, it was fun, don't get me wrong. And I'm not trying to...
Did you guys have, like, a guy at the front? And then
there was, like,
all right,
an
now,
instructor,
and
then
go.
it was a choreographed. It was fun. Honestly, like, I would do it again, but it kind of gives me, like, PTSD a little bit, so I haven't done it in a while. But, so I was just doing that and just doing, like, useless exercises at the gym. And then... it kind of went downhill beginning of 2022. My brother passed.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Took a huge toll on me, and I felt like I had lost control, like, on my life, and the only thing that I could really control was just, I don't know.
Your fitness.
Yeah, like my health and the way that I ate. And it became obsessive. So, like I said, my main thing is like, I wanted to be skinny, right? So I was doing like hours of cardio a day, eating as little food as possible. It was very, very unhealthy. And this went on for almost a year, sadly. And the worst part about it is that I feel like nobody noticed what I was going through. Like nobody noticed what I was going through. Like I was clearly losing a lot of weight. I was very unhealthy to the point that like I hadn't seen that weight on the scale since I was like in middle school.
Oh, wow.
Like I was very, very small for my age, especially. Yeah. And like I said, the worst part about it is that I had to like catch myself and be like, hey, you need help. Nobody went out of their way and said, you know, Yasmeen, something is wrong with you and you need to go get help.
Did anyone like after the fact notice? Like were they like, yeah, I kind of noticed?
Honestly, like not really. Nobody like. Instead, here's the sad part too. People were like praising me for losing so much weight. So like people that I haven't seen in a while, I would see them and they'd be like, whoa, you lost so much weight, you look great.
Because they were like, were they bigger?
No, like everybody just, I don't know what it is about society. Everybody just wants to be skinny. It's like sickening, honestly.
Yeah.
And I wasn't healthy skinny. Like, you know, like my face was sunken in. I was like, my thighs were so small. It
was like you've been taking Adderall for years, right?
Can't relate, but
that's exactly what happens to people that take Adderall. People.
It's just...
And if you're a guy, you get a tiny penis for a little bit. Goes away. All right, keep going.
You take Adderall?
No, not anymore. But I did. I lost my mind.
But yeah, so that was the worst part of it. And, you know, there were so many symptoms that came with it as well. You know, like I was losing my hair. I lost my period for an entire year. My nails were brittle. My skin was dry. Like a lot of like untalked about things when you're, you know, when you're too lean, when you're too skinny. Like you should never have to be that skinny. But anyway, that's how I got into fitness and nutrition, because I decided to put an end to it. And I was very irritable also. Like you could not talk to me. I was in a bad mood all the time. I missed out.
You're still kind of irritable.
Oh, yeah, I'm still a bitch, but yeah. I'm better.
You are a bitch. All right, Keep
I'm
going.
a bad bitch.
No.
It's fucking hot.
Take off the jacket.
JROD, I'm
Take off the
dying.
jacket. All right. God damn it. Crank this fucking fan up.
Oh my god.
I'll move all the way.
Sweating, my face is red.
You know, some days, people, in the JROD Pod studio, it gets really hot. Some days it doesn't. Today it just so happens that they didn't turn on the air.
It does. No one says, he cuts it out of every video, so you don't know that it's a fucking sauna in here.
No,
But it's
I don't. All right.
Hot. Okay, hold on.
I've only cut it out once.
Okay, this is better. It's just, you know.
Is it better?
Oh,
Is,
that is not a good day to wear a leather jacket.
just take it off, dude.
Take it off.
You're
I
fine.
don't think I shaved my armpits.
No one's gonna be looking at your armpits. But okay, you gotta ask yourself
So-
this question real quick before we get into this.
Yeah.
Do you want to be looking sweaty as hell, or do you want to, get the armpits out? I would take it off. I took off my hoodie because I was sweating balls.
Oof. Okay, I feel all sticky. Like, this is not good.
I don't know what's going on with you. I feel great. I feel fucking
Open
fan.
the fucking door.
I can't. I got a bunch of employees out there and they're doing their work. So,
Oh, a big boss. Okay.
all right. So
I don't
real-
like the way I look without the jacket on. So
let me ask you something.
I don't know. Okay.
Are you still hot?
I'm comfortable now.
Okay.
I'm comfortable.
Okay. Let me ask you this. So when you were not having your period, was there a point where you thought you were pregnant?
No.
Because that's what happens? You don't have your period for a little bit, right? That would have been my first.
But no, I didn't think I was pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't think that once.
No.
That's crazy. If I was dating a girl and they were like, I haven't had my period yet, I would be like, all right, you gotta go to the doctors.
Yeah, no, I did not think I was pregnant.
Okay.
I wasn't. Also, another thing is, like, I mean, theta is so low. Like, you don't, like,
You're what?
like, your hormones are all over the place. You don't want to, like, have sex.
Oh, okay.
So, you know what I mean? My hormones were very off. Like, I was not.
Yeah, no, I got you.
So, I didn't think so.
Okay.
I didn't think I was pregnant.
Okay. All right. And, all right, continue.
Okay, so.
You lost weight.
So yeah, basically it stemmed from an eating disorder. I was very unhealthy and I wanted to feel better about myself. I'm like, I feel like I was missing on my life. Like I didn't go out to eat with my friends. Like every time there was like food involved, it was just. So I decided to take charge of my life and I ended up getting professional help. And I'm very proud of myself because I did that all on my own. Like, I didn't have someone tell me, like, hey, you need professional help. Even though I wish someone did, because this went on for so long. I wish that someone would have, like...
How long did it go on for?
Like a year. But
year.
it just, like, it happened so fast. Like, you go from, like, 0 to 100, like, real quick.
Right.
Or 100
To zero. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so I ended up getting help. I was working with like a fitness and nutrition coach. I worked with her for 6 months. She would like write me a meal plan. I still wanted to be like fit and healthy. So she would write me like a fitness plan.
Mm-hmm.
I would go to the gym. I would eat exactly what she would tell me to eat. And I would have like a check-in with her a couple of times a week, see how I'm doing. She would ask me like a bunch of questions. She would make sure that like I'm not having any negative thoughts around food, like stuff like that. That really, really helped. And then I started to see results. It wasn't just like lose weight, be as skinny as possible. Then I started to see results in the gym.
Right.
I started to build muscle and I started to realize like I'm so strong.
Yeah.
And I'm capable of doing so much in the gym.
Yeah.
So, that's when I got really passionate about it. And then I realized that, oh my God, you need food to get bigger.
Right.
So that's like, I started to learn so much about nutrition, and that's really how I got into it. It transformed my life, honestly. Like, I was in such a dark place. I really didn't think I would come out of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And,
But you did.
Yeah, I'm dead, and I did, and I'm very thankful for my coach. But after 6 months, I felt like I had everything under control. I was like, okay, I think I can do this on my own. And thankfully, you know, I had learned so much from her. I was able to just, you know, eat the way that I should and train the way that I should.
You're like your own coach.
Yeah, like I knew exactly what to do, and I researched a lot of things. I figured out like what works best for me. And now I fucking love food. And
I can tell.
And I love
I'm kidding. I'm just
lifting
kidding.
heavy weights, okay?
Just kidding. All right.
Fuck you.
I'm kidding. I gotta cut this out. I look like a dick.
But
I'm not
yeah,
gonna cut it out. I'm just kidding, guys. All right, go ahead.
that's how I got like super passionate about it. And now, you know, for the longest time I wanted to be like, she inspired me so much and she helped me so much that I wanted to do the same for other people.
You could.
Yes, I know. I just need a push. I need a big push to pursue it. It's just so many people do it now that sometimes I feel like, why am I special enough? I don't know. It just...
I mean, that story in of itself is like, you know, people. I'm sure there's other people struggling from that.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people go through this. That's a sad thing, and it goes like unnoticed.
Right. Like I've never really heard that, like, that line of people getting fit because of that reason. Like,
Yeah.
I've never heard that except from you.
Yeah,
So,
and like, you know, lifting heavy, it made me feel so good about myself too. Like, I'm just, you know, I'm bigger. Obviously, I'm way bigger now than
right.
I was when I started, but like, I feel the most confident I've ever felt in my entire life.
We'll put a picture. Yep.
Huh?
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah,
Okay.
I feel good. I feel good.
That's good. I mean, and that's fantastic. I mean, you inspired me to start working out more. And I was for like a little bit. And then I just fucking stopped. And I was like,
Well, you should get back into it.
I should. I've shrunk.
You look like shit. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm kidding. Cut that out. Cut that out. I'm
No.
joking.
It's okay, guys. I'm used to getting bullied on my own podcast. But, yeah, no. And was there ever a point where you were like, I want to take steroids?
No, absolutely not. The fact that like I lost my period for a month and like my hormones were already like all out of whack.
Oh, steroids messes up hormones.
Yeah, they do. And like, I do not want to lose my period again because I feel like that took a huge toll on my body. And obviously, like, I don't know, I just feel like they do affect your fertility. And like, I want to have kids at some point in my life.
Right.
You know, I'm pushing 30 and I want to have children. Like,
Right.
that's a big part of me why, I mean, there are a lot of, you know, obviously female like bodybuilding competitors that don't take steroids, or they do take them at a very small dose.
Yeah. I think it looks
like,
gross when females are on steroids. It's not. I don't like that.
I don't know. I mean, to each their own. I think people look great no matter what. I mean, like, if you want to look like that, good for you. Like, you look great. And just because you take steroids, it does not mean that it's a shortcut. It doesn't mean that like you're not putting in work.
It just looks too, like, if they're doing it too much, it just looks like
too masculine. I mean, some people like that look though, and if they like it, then they like it. You know,
Women,
obviously they're doing it for themselves. They're not doing it for men.
They should.
No, they
No,
shouldn't.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I feel like I've always wanted to compete and kind of like push myself to the limits, but then I get scared of like, just because I have a history of an eating disorder, I always get scared of going back into that same cycle. And it's, I don't know, right now, like, I don't want to put my body through that, maybe sometime in the future. But no, I would never use steroids, me personally. But if you use it, good for you.
All right, we're not promoting drugs here, people. I don't know.
I just want everyone to be happy, okay? Like, if that's what makes you happy.
If that's what makes you happy, you need to figure out your life, all right? No, I'm just kidding, guys. All right. So that's a very happy ending story.
Yes.
So you look fine. I see. this is the so people you guys can't see it, but I have this big TV screen here, right? And my guests are able to see themselves, and I feel like it was a mistake to put that in here. And you need to stop. You need to stop making it seem like this place is so hot. Is it really? Are you really that hot in here right now?
I mean, I'm just glad I wore deodorant. That's all I gotta say.
I didn't put on deodorant today. I just sprayed a bunch of cologne on myself, but not on this shirt. So if you start to smell sweat, it's me. All right. So don't worry.
It's not Mona.
Who? What? Are you talking about the Mexican? Oh. I have a Mona Lisa picture over there. I'll put a picture. There's a lot of Mexicans that work in this building. So let's talk a little bit about immigration, okay? Speaking of Mexicans. You are from where?
I am Lebanese Syrian. Okay, I lived in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, that's bougie.
Yes.
Nice. Did you live in the city?
Yeah, I lived in Riyadh.
It's fucking sick. So with all the tall buildings?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, from what I remember, I don't know what it looks like now, to be honest. It's a lot nicer now than when I used to live there, but
right.
Yeah.
A lot of sand. Right.
Yeah. Like not in the middle of the city, I didn't ride my camel to school.
You guys had camels?
Like not in the city, but obviously there's like deserts.
Did you ever ride a camel?
Honestly, no. I never rode a camel.
Did you know that camels are actually the women camels form a very strong bond? I don't know why this is a true fact, and I'll put a thing right here. This is an educational podcast. People learn from this podcast. So female camels form a very strong bond with their owners. So if I had a camel, I know that camel would be, me and that camel would ride off into the sunset together. But they also spit on people. I know that.
Your camel would spit on you.
No, it wouldn't.
Your camel would spit on you.
No, they wouldn't. But if you do fall asleep next to a male camel, the way they kill you is they'll knee you to death. I saw a video. We'll actually put a clip of someone getting killed by a camel. But with that being said, so you immigrated here when?
2006.
2006. Okay.
Yeah, I was about 10 years old.
I feel like that's old. That's old enough to where you could remember some stuff about Saudi Arabia.
I remember some. Honestly, my memory is not good. I don't remember, but I remember some things.
Like what? What's the best thing you remember from Saudi Arabia?
Not much, to be honest.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. They had really cool malls.
That's it?
I don't know.
I guess they've really taken off since you left there.
I mean, things have changed. Obviously, like I said, when I lived there,
There was just desert.
it was a city, but like women couldn't drive, women couldn't do like a lot of things. It was very different when I lived there. Now it's they're a lot more open-minded than they were when I lived there. Things are different.
Yeah, I mean, and some things are for the best, some things are for the worst. And I do think there was something to that.
He's a what is the word? He's a
I don't know what
misogynist.
she's talking.
He's a misogynist.
No, I'm not.
He hates women.
That's
He
a
hates women.
that's a classic liberal lie right there.
He hates women.
No.
He tells me all the time.
I don't. I love
Which is
women.
funny because he's had several women on this podcast.
And they had a great time. And none of them have complained about misogyny, how hot it is in here. You need to sit there and you need to be respectful of the fact that I invited you on this fucking podcast, all right? And be quiet and let me talk. I'm the man.
It's an honor to be here. It's an honor.
Thank you. So I do want to explain this. So this is how I used to look. I used to, if you go back to one of my earliest videos, I used to do my podcast out of the closet. And I would wear this black hat all the time. And I used to have long hair. Yeah.
You're lying.
No. I swear, you can find videos of it, old episodes. And I had an artist, a friend. She was a really good artist, and she drew this for me.
Oh, it's a she?
Yeah.
That's good. So you're not a misogynist.
No, I support women, you know, but there was something to the driving thing. Nah, just kidding, guys. So I actually also am an immigrant. I migrated here from Mexico in '08, and
You're a liar.
no, I came here from Mexico. I lived in Mexico City. My family, yeah, was raised there. I just didn't speak Spanish.
You're full of shit. You're a liar. You're a liar.
I'm not lying. I've spoken about it on this podcast before. Yeah. My family moved here in '08, and we actually moved to Dearborn. I lived in Dearborn for a bit, and then we moved from Dearborn. There were too many Arabs, so we had to get out of there. I'm kidding about the Arab thing, but we did actually, I am.
You lived in Mexico your whole life?
No, only till '08.
I don't believe it. I don't believe this.
All right, well, I don't believe you came from Saudi Arabia.
I don't believe this. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So next time you want to say I'm not Mexican,
You're not Mexican.
Okay. Yeah, I just came from Mexico City.
You're
Hold on a second.
the most un-Mexican Mexican I've ever met.
Why do you... You know what the problem is, people? I am a Mexican man in a white man's body. And I can't help it. I can't...
You don't even speak Spanish.
When I say I'm white,
What's the capital of Mexico?
Mexico City.
I actually don't know the answer to this.
That's what it is.
Yeah? Okay.
So I lived in the capital of Mexico.
Who's the president?
Yes, they have a president. He's obviously compromised by the cartel, but he is the president. And then my family had to get out of there because my dad was actually a target of the cartel because he was a businessman, and I don't know exactly what happened. My dad doesn't tell me much about it, but yeah.
You're a liar. No, I do not believe you're a fucking liar.
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna try to convince you, but that is true.
No, shut up. You grew up in Northville.
Yes, I moved to Northville and I went to high school in Northville.
No. I don't believe this.
All right, you don't have to. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just telling you. I'm also an immigrant. And so I'll tell you what my experience. But like when you first moved to America, what was your experience? What was your thoughts? Like, were you like, wow, this is pretty great?
Yes, and it was just like a big culture shock. Obviously.
I mean, you did move to the Glass City, Toledo.
Yeah, so initially I moved to Toledo, then I lived in Chicago for a bit, then I moved back.
Now, do you ever miss Toledo?
No, I hate it there.
I also hate Toledo, and I didn't live there.
Yeah. I don't blame you. There's not much to do, and I just feel like it's just, I don't know, it just feels empty and negative. There's like no...
A lot of factories.
It's not very lively. There's not much there, and I don't know, I don't like it there.
Right.
That's why I'm here.
That's so your family didn't make the decision to move to Dearborn. You made the decision.
I'm here by myself.
So did you look up online where is the most Arab populated place that I can move to? Seriously.
No.
You just guessed?
I knew about Dearborn. I didn't move here because it's the most Arab populated place.
Oh, all right.
I moved here. Obviously, there's better job opportunities here, and I wanted to be away from home, but still be close enough to like visit and not be too far. Because I lived in Cleveland for a little bit.
Right.
And
Cleveland's not bad.
No, I loved Cleveland. I would live there again, honestly. But the issue was it was like 3 hours away, or almost 3 hours away from home. So I wasn't really going home all that often. And like, honestly, no one was coming to visit me. So it was very like lonely.
People must have hated you.
Yeah, no one likes me. No one came and visited me.
Did you actually not have one visitor?
No. People visited me, but it wasn't like as often as I'd like.
Okay.
Obviously, and I didn't see my mom.
Needy.
I love my mom, okay? I wanted to see my mom more, and I didn't.
Yeah.
So I was like...
And your mom's a beautiful woman.
She is. That's why I look like this. You can cut that part out.
All right.
No, my
We'll
mom...
put a picture of your mom right here. I'm kidding.
No, my mom, yeah, my mom's like my best friend. But anyway, so like I came to Dearborn because it wasn't too far away from home and it was still away from home.
Right.
So, yeah. And like, my mom visits obviously a lot more often now, and I go and visit.
Does she come to Michigan more, or do you go?
No, I definitely go over there more. My mom does not like to drive. She does not like to drive.
Right.
So, I mean, even though it's only an hour drive, she just doesn't like to drive.
I mean, it's an hour drive is.
It's decent.
Yeah.
We used to drive like 2 hours when we did.
Oh my god. I mean, I destroyed my car.
You destroyed your car. You put so much miles on your car.
My car literally broke down on my way home from work one day because I had put so many miles on it. Everything started blinking, and I was in the middle of, like, not the greatest area of Detroit. I was on the freeway where there's those cement walls, and then everything starts blinking, and my wheel starts locking up, and I was like, what the fuck?
Did you get a different car then?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
And when I was younger,
When he was younger and when he lived in Mexico City, when his dad was
No.
by the cartel.
No. When I was younger and like high school, and as soon as I got out of high school, I got a car because I didn't get one in high school, but I got one right after. It was a Chrysler 300, and I tinted out the windows like. I know it was a bad look.
Boy.
It was a bad look. And then
was it like a 2002 Chrysler?
No, it was nice. It was,
it was a nice one.
yeah, it was at the time it was a 2013
Oh yeah.
Chrysler Comfort, like the seat, leather
those are
seats.
nice.
Oh yeah, it was sick. And it was nice because I could drive anywhere and no one could see me because my windows were so tinted.
I've been there too.
You have tinted windows?
I don't right now, but I had a 2015 Honda Accord. And, like, my windows were so dark, I could not see shit at night. I had to, like, roll down my windows to, like, see things. And I'm like, man, this was a stupid fucking decision.
Did you ever get pulled over for it?
No, I never got pulled over. Because, like, I feel like they also only pull you over if your, like, windshield is tinted, right? So mine wasn't.
Right.
Only my windows were. But I feel like you're more likely to get pulled over probably if your windshield is tinted, too.
And, yeah, and if it's a Chrysler 300.
And, yeah. Was it a flashy color? Was it like red or something?
Fuck no, it was all black. And because that's how I do things. And I would get pulled over all the time for my windows. And they would.
Was it because of your windows or was it because you're Mexican?
It was because
they would like look.
They're in the plates. They're in the plates.
Johnny Rodriguez. Like,
oh yeah, they were like, we got this guy. This guy's an easy one. But no, yeah, I got pulled over for that. And then when I was 16, I got a DUI. Right. When I was 16, a month after I got my license, I got a DUI, and I totaled the car. And the way it happened was, me and my buddy, we had just dropped off this girl at her house. I drove. I insisted on driving. I guess. I don't remember doing this. I was like, I'm driving. And then they're like, dude, you shouldn't drive. And I'm like, I'm fucking driving. And then I drop her off, and then I remember, this is when I start to remember things. I get back into his neighborhood, and I'm like, oh, I remember thinking, made it, and then I'm like, I'm gonna have a little fun, and I press the pedal, and I start speeding down the road, and I'm like, yeah, and then all of a sudden, next thing I know, my car is into a tree, totaled. Listen to this, in a neighborhood where a bunch of people I knew lived. Like, it was horrible. And then I look over at my friend. It was so embarrassing. I look over at my friend, and
I mean, at least you were okay though. But damn, that's.
Well, I look over at my friend, and he's like, and then I'm like, dude, and then he's like, and he goes up. I'm like, oh my god, thank God. He opens up the door and just sprints, and we're in his neighborhood. He sprinted home, and then I knew I couldn't leave because I'd be fleeing the scene, and so
it's your car.
Well,
they'll find you.
It wasn't my car. It was my parents' car, which made it even worse. And then so I just go and sit on the curb, and I'm like, I'm sure someone heard it. They're going to call. So I just sit there, wait. I hear the sirens. They come over. They're like, have you been drinking? I'm like, yeah. And then they arrest me. And then I go, I'm sitting in the back of that cop car. And in my drunk head, I'm like, as soon as they get out of the car, I'm going to slip out of these handcuffs and I'm going to make a run for it. As if, like, the doors would be unlocked or whatever. you know, obviously I didn't get out, and I went and I took a little photo in the jail. And then this was the worst part. The worst part was the car that I was driving was my dad's, and he had to come pick me up from the police station, so we had to walk to the police station. Isn't that luckily it wasn't like too far from my house, but
That sounds like the movie.
my life is a movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say your life.
My life is a movie, guys.
Yeah.
And then, you know, but I mean, he was just happy I was like not dead. And then I had to do Scared Straight program where you ever seen that on TV where they make the kids like stand in front of the jail cells and then all the prisoners yell at them. I had to do that. I had to do that, but I wasn't on TV, but I did have to do that. And this was the most disturbing thing I saw. There was this one, so they took us to the insane part where there were like people that were like crazy. And there was a 19-year-old boy who was in a like all glass like prison cell, right? And he looked like, you ever seen Toy Story?
Yeah.
You know, remember the okay, sorry, I didn't know. I thought you were from fucking
I
Iran.
still fucking watch Disney. What do you think? Because I came from a different country, Disney didn't exist? It's a universal thing, bitch.
I guess it is Universal Studios. But you know the one, what's the one kid that was like mean? And
Sid?
Sid with the black hair. Looked just like that kid. Looked just like that kid.
With the braces and everything?
With the buzz cut, braces, whatever. This kid's 19, and the guard that was walking us through there was like, "You see that sick fuck?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "That's why he's in here." And then nobody said anything because we're too scared to say anything. And he's like, "He's in here because he raped his younger brother." And then the kid stands up and he's looking at us, and he just starts laughing like a crazy person. He's like, ah, you know. And then we're like, all right, like, you know, please, let's move on, let's keep going. And so that was very disturbing. And then they showed us also where like what, like, when you get taken into jail or like prison or whatever, what they do is you have to get like butt naked in a very uncomfortable room where it's all like metal and cold, and they like, you know, they make you like squat down and like cough and stuff. And they didn't do that to me, but that's what would have happened if I was an adult. And
What?
yeah, man, I'll tell you, going to prison would be the worst thing ever. Women's prison, I don't think it's as bad. I mean, but nowadays, you know, I heard about a guy that claimed to be a woman and is now in a women's prison and got 2 women pregnant. So that guy's probably living a great life, you know. I'm just being honest.
Well, where did you hear this shit?
This is true.
I just feel like, I don't know.
What? What?
Your imagination is running wild.
No, everything I've said is true. Every single thing on here I've said is true. Okay?
It's fucking crazy.
Except for one thing, and I'll say that at the end. Okay, but listen, kids, don't drink and drive. It's bad. Yasmeen does it all the time, and I tell her,
I don't
drink and drive. I say don't drink and drive. She still does it.
I don't drink at all. I see what alcohol does to people, and it's disgusting. Flood.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for making me feel really bad.
You're gross. Stop fucking drinking.
I don't drink.
Don't get drunk, at least, okay? Like,
I obviously don't do that anymore.
be mindful with your alcohol intake, okay, children? Seriously.
Okay, so anyways, Yasmeen is a nurse. Now, being a public servant.
Public servant. Wow, that makes me feel good.
No, that's what, you know. Remember during COVID when they were like, we need to, you know,
I wasn't working during COVID.
So I took the easy way out.
I did. No. Seriously, as soon as COVID hit, I was like.
Did you hear about that trend about the nurses during COVID that would wear butt plugs?
No.
Yeah. Apparently there were a bunch of women nurses that were wearing butt plugs during COVID in hospitals. I don't know why they were doing this, but they were. I swear to God, that's true.
You just made that shit up.
I didn't make that up.
Why would anyone willingly? Sorry, I'm so loud.
It's okay.
I'm angry. Why would anyone willingly wear a butt plug at work?
Because they were sexually repressed. I don't know. This is just what I heard on, the internet. The internet talks. And apparently
I don't spend enough time on the internet to know all this outlandish shit that you're telling me.
I mean, this is common.
Oh, common knowledge.
This is common knowledge.
I thought you were gonna say something about how they had to wear those N95s.
Oh yeah, they had to wear those, but underneath it, just know they were smiling,
No.
they were smiling because they were being weird, and
I promise you, was it a female or a male nurse?
No, it was female. It was female.
Nobody wants a butt plug.
These females did, and they were nurses. And I'm not saying you did that. All I'm saying is that was a trend that was going on during.
Wow, I'm so glad I didn't work during COVID.
Yeah, you should be, because you probably would have been one of those people.
I would have hopped on the.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I'm saying like you're
That
saying
is
I would have hopped on
disgusting.
the.
I feel.
Cut that shit out.
I'm not going to. I'm actually going to make that part a clip. Now that's just because we've already been recording for 51 minutes. All right, so let's talk about the holidays. Holidays are coming up, people. Happy time, happy time. Now, what'd you do for Halloween?
Nothing.
Yeah, me neither. All right. What would you have done if you had a choice?
Nothing.
Okay, so you're just a boring fucking person.
I have no life.
Okay.
I'm in school. I work full time.
You're in school?
Yes, I enroll as NP, nurse practitioner.
So what is the difference between a nurse practitioner and a nurse?
Nurse practitioner, I feel like you deal more with, you're a practitioner. So you work obviously you still work under a doctor, and you can't make final decisions without the doctor's say. But, you practice.
But you do the heavy lifting. I feel like doctors don't do anything. If I'm being honest. I feel like you just roll into the little thing and they're like, oh yeah, what you said.
Truthfully, I mean, yeah, they do their rounds and it doesn't take long.
Okay, so explain that. What are their rounds? What is a doctor's round? They just come in with a little computer thing?
No, they don't even normally come with a computer. They come and they check on their patient.
For a second. Every time I've been to the doctor's office, I feel like after the nurse did all the work, they come in and they go,
Yeah, they do
good.
Vital check. I mean, most of the times, they don't even. I feel like they just come in, they do the vital checks, go over the obvious stuff, but they are the ones that diagnose. They are the ones that prescribe. We can't give the patient.
So they're the ones pushing the drugs.
Yes, morphine for everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a clip.
No, really.
Yeah, no, that's true.
You got a headache?
You can't concentrate? Adderall.
You got a stomachache? Morphine. No.
Do they prescribe morphine a lot?
I feel like morphine. Yeah.
When I was younger, I tried to get prescribed benzos because I was a bad kid.
You just were a wild child.
But my it wasn't even my doctor. He's a psychologist or bullshit fucking doctor.
He's a doctor. What do you mean?
Okay, sure he is.
He went to med school.
Yeah, but I feel like once you go through med school, once all the schooling is done, it's easy coasting from there for a doctor.
That's not true at all. You have to do residency. You have to choose what you want to do. Then
right.
You do at least 3 to 4 years.
I'm talking about the job. I'm talking about the job itself. Once they do the job, come on. I feel like anyone could do it. I literally feel like anyone could be a doctor.
You think you can diagnose somebody?
I think nurses do, I think that's the hard job. I feel like being a doctor, unless you're doing surgery.
I mean, obviously they know a lot more than nurses do. They go to school for an extensive amount of time. Yeah.
But I feel like they're always getting things wrong. When I was younger, and I got prescribed Adderall, I failed the test. And my mom's like, well, I know he has it. Can we do the test again? And it says Indian doctor. And he's like, not that that matters, I'm just saying. And he goes, all right, we'll try it one more time. And then he's like, do you make airplane and train noises ever? And I'm like, no. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, well, I guess sometimes. Like, it was so obviously, this guy's just trying to get money from this prescription. And,
I mean, I don't know.
are you worried that a doctor's going to see this and then, like, come after you or something?
I mean, I'm not going to bash doctors.
No, I'm not asking you to.
I feel like...
But if you want to, you can.
There's so much technology and so many different types of testing nowadays that they are very... I feel like they're really reliant on that more. There's less critical thinking skills, I think, because technology is so advanced.
Like AI and all the...
Not even AI, but just like, for example, like imaging. They're so reliant on imaging.
Like CAT
They don't,
scans?
yeah, like CTs, ultrasounds, x-rays. They don't make an initial diagnosis. Like someone just comes in with a stomach ache and they just, I feel like they don't listen to the patient. They just, I feel like now they're trying to do whatever to not get sued almost, because they get sued often. So they're trying
They
to,
should.
they basically order anything possible, and then they're reliant on the results from the imaging,
Right.
which,
So they take pictures.
well, not them, but you know, like they order.
Who does the pictures?
I mean, you have like people who work in imaging. You have X-ray techs.
Are they
you have CT techs.
Okay.
The doctors don't really do any like hands-on work.
Oh, that's
They don't
strange.
like do a lot of.
A lot of work.
There's a there is like literally a job for everything in the medical field.
Right.
Like they don't even put IVs in.
Oh, wow.
They don't even take blood. They don't do anything. Grey's Anatomy is
Thank you.
I'm
That
just
was
saying,
my point this entire time.
there's like a job for everybody in the medical field. So like I said, like imaging, there's a CT tech, there's an MRI tech, there's an ultrasound tech, there's an X-ray tech.
So can you tell me, because you haven't said it yet, what does a doctor do besides prescribe medication?
Say, I mean, like they gather all the results, they diagnose the patient, they are
Useless.
No, they're not useless. It's just different now. I feel like there's not as much critical thinking involved.
Right, they're non-essential workers. Is what you're saying.
Doctors are important.
Doctors are important people. And
I love the doctors that I work with.
I'm just ribbing doctors, all right?
Yeah. You got something against doctors? I come from a family of doctors.
But your mom, what she does is different from a normal doctor.
Well, my mom's an OBGYN.
That's completely different.
How is that different than when you say regular doctor, what do you mean?
I'm just talking about the dudes that roll into the fucking doctor's office.
Internal medicine, like...
Just like, okay, I have a cold. I go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And then the nurse does all the work. And then those little Indian doctor rolls on and... Because this is the guy that... Because I'll tell you why. Because when I think of a doctor, I think of the exact guy that misprescribed... No. I'm cutting that. But that just misprescribed me when I was younger. And it was just like, all I would see him do was roll around with this little tray with a computer on it. And then, like, after the nurse had done all of the work...
There's got to be reasons why he asked you the questions that he asked you. I'm not, like, an expert...
But I didn't...
in psychology, but I'm sure there is a psychological
I failed the
reason
test,
why.
though.
You failed every test in your life.
I'm cutting that as well. No. Listen, I could be a doctor if I'm honest. I could be a Navy SEAL. I could be a Navy SEAL. I could be a doctor. I could be a surgeon if I wanted.
You could be like a seal,
Oh.
the one that's in the ocean.
No, oh wow, funny. You want to hear a joke? Did you hear about that?
I didn't say yes.
I know, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Did you hear about the scarecrow that won an award?
No.
Apparently, he was outstanding in his field. It's a Do you get it?
Yes, I get it.
All right. Well, what the fuck? Most people laugh. All right. Well, that's not a joke I say when I'm doing comedy. It's a stupid joke. All right, listen. There's one more thing I want to talk about. It'll take a few minutes. Now, sorry, someone just walked by. Something I get a little worried about when I'm in here is like, I feel like, what if people like, because it gets kind of loud in here sometimes, especially like with you, for example. You're like yelling, but it's cool. It's cool. I know it's okay. We got a fan and go.
Very like
Why are you so loud?
I don't know. I just am. I've always been that kid in class that doesn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm loud. I just don't know. I'm very expressive.
What were you bullied in high school?
High school, no.
So
but when I first came here, like when I was an immigrant, like yes, I was bullied. Like
why?
Because I was different.
Like what? Like did you have an accent?
I had an accent, obviously.
Can I hear what that accent sounded like? Just a quick little.
I don't even like really.
What was it like? Hello. My name is Yasmeen.
Am I Indian?
No, I don't know. You tell me. What was your accent
like? Like I would say certain words wrong. Like for example, the word comfortable. Like comfortable. I would say comfortable. Like I was very like
comfortable.
Like can I have a glass of water?
Oh.
Like kind of like that.
Yeah.
Can I have a glass of water?
Oh my God!
I'm not
bullied you for
I'm
sure.
not comfortable.
And how short were you?
I love my mom.
How short were you?
I don't remember. Like.
Cause this is elementary school, right?
Yeah, I mean I'm 5'4" now.
Oh.
So back then probably like I don't know.
4'3".
4'11".
4'11".
4'3". 4'11" probably.
4'11". So like this tall.
I guess.
This tall, and then say the glass of water thing again.
Can I have a glass of water?
Oh my gosh, I would have stuffed you in a little cabinet.
That's like mean. I mean,
I would have stuffed you in the cabinet.
I was literally bullied, and you're making fun of me for being bullied?
Oh,
that's like really,
come on.
Really shitty. That's really shitty. I went through a lot. Okay, I was different.
Yes.
I spoke differently. I ate different foods.
Oh, were you one of those kids that brought like a really smelly food to school?
I mean, like, I didn't eat. I would come with like traditionally home cooked meals, whereas like all the other kids were fucking buying pizza and eating fruit roll ups. I remember I was sitting at lunch and someone was eating a fruit roll up. I was like, why are they eating plastic? I had no idea what a fruit roll up was. Like the snacks are so different here.
Yeah,
like,
they're really unhealthy.
So many things. Like I was like Twizzlers, for example. I remember Twizzlers was the first thing that I ate in this country. When we landed in New York City, we landed John F. Kennedy Airport.
Nice. Shout out JFK. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
We got stuff from the vending machine. My brother and we got Twizzlers. You know the regular twisty strawberry ones, the disgusting ones.
Well,
and we got like the
don't diss America. Continue.
Twizzlers are gross. If you like Twizzlers, like you need to rethink your life. Like,
I'm cutting that out.
I like the cherry ones that you peel, but like the twisty ones, they taste like plastic. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a bag of Cheetos, like just like the regular cheese Cheetos. And
those are good.
Those are so good.
Flamin' Hot?
No, just like the regular cheese Cheetos. Are you listening?
I'm thinking of what I would have got.
And that shit blew my mind. And I had goldfish. That shit blew my mind too. I was like, whoa, like I could eat this shit all day. But anyway, yeah, I would come to school with home cooked meals that you've probably never heard of.
Like, what's one?
Like, I don't know, like kibbe, mloukhiyeh, like beignet.
Okay. You're saying words, and I'm hearing you. What are they? What is it?
What is
What is kimble?
Kibbeh, first of all.
Kibbeh.
You don't know anything. Uncultured swine.
Holy shit. All right.
It's basically like it's like a fried, almost like a fried meatball, and it's stuffed with more meat and like nuts and onions. It's really good. They
does sound
sell
good.
it. They sell. I mean, you're in Dearborn now. Go try it. It's really good. And bamia is like an okra.
Now, is this
stew.
fast? Is this like, or not faster? Is this like a, would you compare this to a Twizzler?
No, I'm talking. This is like a meal.
Okay.
It's not like a snack.
Okay.
So yeah.
Can you give me a snack, like a snack?
Example of a snack.
A bug on a stick?
What do you eat? Scorpions on a stick?
What?
Mr. Mexican.
I actually, guys, I'm not from Mexico. That was a lie. All right, continue.
What is it? Like, I don't know, like cereal is like a big thing. I used to eat a lot of cereal as a kid, like overseas. Snack wise, I really don't know. Chips?
You guys didn't really have snacks, huh?
Like, we had snacks. Cookies. Cookies are a big thing. Like different types of cookies. Nutella is huge.
Nutella?
Nutella, we love Nutella.
Oh, wow.
Biscoff is big. I don't think Biscoff existed back then though.
Nutella's an American thing.
Nutella's not in America.
It was invented in America, and then we sold it overseas. But
No. but
yes,
okay.
yes, that is true.
It's literally not even. I don't remember where. I'm pretty sure it's German.
Oh, it's American.
It's not fucking American.
It's American. Most of the food you guys eat is from America.
Why are we not obese then?
God damn it, America's the best country in the world.
I love America.
I know. America is great. Now, you do have some very pointy shoes on, I just noticed.
Yes.
So,
It's so that I cannot kick you and hurt you.
that would hurt so bad.
Yes, I have pointy shoes on because, I'm wearing long, like, baggy jeans.
Yeah.
I wanted to go for, like, a more, like...
Is this a style? Is this the style now? Baggy?
Baggy jeans, yeah, they're very in right now.
Aren't they called mom jeans?
No, mom jeans are different. Mom jeans are, like, tight around, like, the thigh and butt area, and then they, like, taper down. They're not wide at the leg, but they're a little bit wider than, like, skinny jeans.
Okay.
These are straight up baggy jeans.
Boot cut.
No, boot cut is different. Like, the way that these are baggy jeans.
That's what boot cut jeans are,
No,
though.
boot cut are not baggy. Boot cut are, like, tight,
No, they're not.
in the thigh, but they are bigger at the end, like at the end.
Yeah.
But baggy jeans are baggy all throughout. Like, they're not tight on the thighs, they're not tight on the butt.
Neither are boot cut jeans.
Why are you acting like you know anything about women's jeans?
No, I'm talking about just jeans in general. Boot cut jeans are completely baggy. Then there's slim straight, then there's straight, then there's skinny, and then there's super skinny. When I was younger, I used to wear.
Skinny jeans.
I wore the skinniest jeans you could see. One time I wore white skinny jeans to school, in middle school, and I went to art class, and I sat on a piece of clay, and it looked like I shit myself, and I had to go home.
You did shit yourself.
I did
I
shit.
was there.
No, you weren't.
We've all shit our pants. It's okay.
But okay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you weren't there when I shit myself.
Oh, that's right. You were in Mexico.
No, I'm racist. But look, all I'm gonna say is this: I'm happy to have on an immigrant. You are the first. Well, it's free on an immigrant. She's an immigrant.
No, she was born here.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you would be the first immigrant that has been on the podcast.
Wow, I'm so honored. Thank you.
And the last. No, I'm just kidding. But this has been a really great episode. Obviously, I'm going to cut out a lot of the mean things you said to me.
But the mean things are what makes this good,
Yeah. I guess. I mean, hey, you tried your best. I'm kidding. This was a great episode.
You know what? I'm an immigrant. I've been through a lot of trauma, and that is why I'm fucking funny.
Right.
It's all the trauma. So if you're
That is
someone
true.
who had like a healthy childhood, you're probably not funny at all.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. There's a lot of people who, when you don't, well, that's because it's a coping mechanism. Like, for example, I was watching a podcast the other day with a police officer on it, and he said, listen to this, this is fucked. So, there was this, he was a retired police officer, and he was talking about how, like, one of the houses he got called to was a tweaker's house. And, the tweaker, it was 4 a.m, him and
What is a tweaker? Like
someone
genuinely
on
actually-
drugs.
they're called
Tweaking out.
tweakers?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they're tweaking. And, like, he looked like he worked at Radio Shack. Do you know what I mean? Like, cuts and, like, pimples and shit. Just, like, that's what, like, kind of what you think of when you think of a tweaker. Because, like,
I worked at Radio Shack.
did you?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, all right. Well, because, like, you know, if they're smoking meth or whatever, it fucks up their skin. And so they get, like, these, like, weird, like, things. But that's not why I'm saying this. No, what I'm saying is, so he gets called to this house. And, the guy that called the police station was the tweaker because his girlfriend was bleeding out in the living room. And so he opens the door and they go in and they're asking him what happened. And what had happened was they were being intimate and he took a metal, hanger, you know, and like attached it to a dildo to make the dildo longer.
Johnny.
No, this is true. And it was on Theo Von's podcast. He was talking about it. And they were doing their thing, but the hanger started to split from the sides of the dildo. And as you can imagine, that wasn't great. That wasn't great for the girl because it was like a cheese grater. And it was so disturbing. The cop said that the hardest thing for them in that moment was to not laugh because that's how they cope with something so like fucked up. So like if you ever see like a homicide and you look carefully at the cops on the TV, there's a good chance if you're looking at some of the cops, you'll see like two in the back kind of like laughing. It's not because they think the situation is funny, but they think, wow, this is just so fucked up. It's like how they cope. And so like that goes back to what you said, like when you have kind of traumatic experiences, you just tend to laugh and like make things a joke. You know what I mean? And I think that was actually a very smart and insightful thing that I just said. And that will probably be a clip. Because it will make me look really good. But with that being said, Yasmeen.
With that being said, ugh, can you not say that phrase?
You're right. You're
Oh,
right.
God.
That-
Oh, God. With that being said,
That's what they...
What was the line? What was our line?
No, it was, hey, how you doing today? Or, hey, how you doing today? I know it. Hey, how you doing today? My name is Johnny Rodriguez. I'm here on behalf...
Wait, knock on my door.
Okay. Hey, yikes. I don't know. I'm kidding. All right. One more time. Hey, how you doing today?
Fine.
Awesome. I love your leather jacket. Where'd you get it from?
Paris.
Paris? Oh, you must be doing well, huh? She must be doing well. But with that being said, my name is Johnny Rodriguez, and I'm actually out here on behalf of Verizon Wireless. We actually just set up some 5G towers, and just want to let you know that you actually do qualify for our new 5G Verizon Internet. Has anyone come around to speak with you about this yet?
No.
Okay, great. So I'll make this quick. Well, first, let me ask you, do you have T-Mobile, AT&T?
You know, actually, I'm really not interested.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm actually just fucking tell me if you have AT&T or T-Mobile.
I have AT&T.
Okay, good. All right. So, well, we've been hearing from a lot of AT&T customers in your area because a lot of them also have AT&T, is that they've been seeing the spinning circle of death. Have you been experiencing that at all when you're watching TV?
Why, yes, I have actually.
Yep. Now, that's actually why we were called out here. It's because you know, a lot of people have been experiencing that. And with these new 5G towers, what we're able to do is actually replace your AT&T internet. And actually, your neighbor just down the street, Anna Johnson, she just signed up. And first, let me ask, do you have Medicaid, Medicare?
No, dude, I just got back from Paris.
Oh, okay. All right. Relax. No, I'm just kidding, lady. But listen, you can go fuck yourself, all right? I'm going to the next house. But I honestly am starting to forget the whole spiel.
I don't remember it at all.
There were a few key takeaways. If you're trying to sell internet, guys, always bring up the spinning circle of death because everyone has that.
If you're also trying to sell internet, just don't do it. Fuck, that's embarrassing. Oh my god. But you used to I remember when we went out to East Lansing, you always used to say, "Oh, with that being said."
Whoa, because with
like everything
what else?
Like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, shut up! I gave you a sale.
And then you were like, you should start saying that. We should start saying that.
I did not. I didn't say
You
that.
gave me a script, and then you always told me like you should say. With that being said, I don't remember.
I never said to you. You should start saying with that being said.
That was your ending line. That was like, you were like, with that being said.
That was the ta-da.
Yeah.
It was like, well, with all of what I just said.
I do remember like what you.
I forget how I mean, it was a long story. I almost didn't. There was one day where I was about to quit because it had been like 2 weeks and I just could not memorize this thing. And then that day, I ended up going in, and then I got my first sale, and I was like, yes.
And I'm gonna lie, it did feel really good when you got like
Your first sale?
4 or 5 sales in a day.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
It only happened once for me.
I mean,
And
still.
it was only because I was in
Dearborn?
No, I made no sales when I was here because I didn't want to knock on anybody's fucking door.
Were you
I'm
embarrassed?
gonna like know these people. It was so embarrassing.
That would be really embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. But like when I don't. What's this?
Why is it so embarrassing? I totally know what you're saying. But why is it that job, and it just feels like you're not doing well. You're not doing
it. And the funny thing is like everyone that worked there, we were all like, you had a bachelor's, like we all had degrees, and we all
We're tricked into this.
Like we're literally, it was a fucking cult. Like we were all. I think it's because
told us not to hang out with people that weren't in the business.
We wanted to be entrepreneurs so bad.
Yeah.
That like we fell into the scheme, but realistically, like obviously it felt bad knocking on someone's door, especially because me, like I was like, oh, I don't want to fucking do healthcare anymore. At that point, I was really, really burnt out from work, and I was like, you know what? I want to be my own boss. And then I'm like, I think I want to be an entrepreneur, and that's why it felt bad because we were all educated.
Yeah.
We all could have had really good.
Oh yeah.
jobs.
It was advertised as a marketing job.
It was advertised as a marketing job, and they advertised it as you were like literally meeting with business owners.
You would have to wear like dress clothes.
We were like dressed up. I mean, look, we would show up in like full on suits.
Yeah.
And like heels and everything, and like you had to like look good in the office.
Until noon.
Until the afternoon when you're out in the fucking streets knocking on someonene's door.
Go change in the bathroom or
go change in the
car.
bathroom into a Verizon t-shirt and a Verizon like visor or whatever.
Did you get a Verizon visor?
I didn't give back any of my Verizon shit. I just tossed it in the garbage. They wanted it back, and I'm like, no.
That's such a cheap move on that end.
It is. Like, okay, you want the lanyard back? Like you.
It's kind of gross, too. It's like, do they wash these? Like,
yeah, exactly. Like they gave us that stuff. Was it used? Like,
right.
Probably somebody else's, but I think that's why it felt so bad. It's so embarrassing. Like I'm knocking on someone's door. These people probably think I'm at like such a low point. No offense to anybody that does this as a serious hustle, but it just doesn't feel good. Like people are probably thinking like, oh, she can't get a job or something.
Well, and also like they made you feel like if you felt like you didn't want to work there, it was like they would make you feel like you were a quitter.
They made you feel like absolute shit.
Yeah.
And like, if you decide, like, if you worked with them, they really knew how to make you feel like you were a part of something that was bigger.
Oh yeah.
You know, they were like, oh, like, look at this person. He's out in Texas and he's got like 5 offices and he's got like 1,000 people working for him. And like,
Oh, it was so gross. It was so gross.
sick. It was sick. And yeah, and if you like, I don't know, the motivational speeches really were good.
DJ, my boss. He, man.
I mean, like,
that guy
he
could
was
speak.
like made for motivational speaking. Like,
Yeah.
he was so good. Like, they had us fucking convinced. I mean, they really, really.
But you know, he actually, I found this out later. He would go to improv classes. Like,
Oh, to like practice how to.
I would assume that's what it was for, because he knew I did comedy, and he's like, hey, you should come by this comedy club and do this improv thing. I do it. And I personally didn't like that club because it was gay. Like, when I say gay, I don't mean like, well, it was a very homosexual club. Like, there was a lot of that.
Actually.
Yeah, it just didn't fit my vibe. And I'm trying to think of what he said. Then he called me from like Cabo. Like, this was actually like a few months ago, and he was like with this lady that also worked there. And then one of the directors there was like, oh, like, I hope to see you here next year. And I'm just like, yeah, probably not, you know, and definitely not. But I do feel bad for people that
Are still there.
Well, how long were you in the group chat after you quit?
Like probably a day or two. He kicked me out right away.
Rodrigo? Is that who kicked you out?
No.
Rodrigo, or whatever the fuck his name was? You know, no, the guy, the creepy guy.
Oh no. Oh fuck, what was his name?
Rodrigo.
No.
Yes, it was.
Ronaldo.
Oh, Ronaldo. Yes.
No, it wasn't him because he was in charge of the group.
Right.
It was my boss. My boss.
Did you ever feel sick driving? Like, was there ever a time where everyone piled into your car?
I felt so sick. Yes. I think that's what I hated the most. All these motherfuckers. No, I'm not sorry. They were all like broke.
Yeah.
None of them had a car, or they
Right.
had a DUI or some.
Right.
At some point, like, I realized very early on, I was like, what kind of fucking people am I working with? Like, these people preach about trying to be entrepreneurs, but they don't even have a car.
No.
They have a freaking DUI. They can't even drive. They don't even have a driver's license.
But they don't have a business either.
They don't have anything. So, yeah, there were a lot of times where I felt like sick having these random people in my car, because my car is very clean. I am not like, I know a lot of girls, most girls have a lot of clutter in their car.
Yeah.
Like their makeup and clothes. I don't have anything in my car. My car is spotless all the time.
Yeah.
So I was having these random fucking people in my car who were like eating and like wiping their greasy fingers on my seat.
Oh
and
my
just, like,
gosh.
and a particular person, I won't say his name. He had so much dandruff that it would like literally like sprinkle onto my
That is so gross.
passenger seat. It was so disgusting. And I had a person once, I won't name her either. She was in my back seat and she took her shoes off and she had her bare feet.
Did I know this person?
Yes.
What color hair?
Blonde.
Okay.
She had her bare feet like on my leather seats. Oh god, it pissed me off so much.
Did you say anything?
I don't think I did, but I should have.
Yeah.
I should have. She was so problematic. I was like, I'm not dealing with this bitch.
Well, I thought it was also gross when girls like that worked there would like flirt with the people at the doors.
They like literally what's the word for it?
Sell themselves for $50.
Yeah. Like the way they would dress, there's a certain person that used to work there. She quit like early on. She was like, she would dress so inappropriately.
But she quit?
She quit. Yeah.
Oh.
Or she like stopped,
Maybe that's just who she was in free spirit.
No, because she was like sleeping with a bunch of people.
At the office?
Yeah, we don't have to mention that.
Well, can you tell me after?
Yeah, I don't remember her name, to be honest.
That's why. She was
quit.
B2B?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I never met her. The fuck?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm
What
kidding.
the fuck?
I'm kidding.
But
Are you okay?
sick environment.
It was a very sick environment. If someone ever tells you that, hey, you know, at 12 o'clock you're going to be doing community outreach, just know that actually means you're going to be taking off your nice suit and whatnot and putting on a shitty t-shirt and going and knocking on people's doors.
Knocking on people's doors.
For 5 hours.
Yeah. Oh my god, 5 hours. We would walk how many miles a day? That shit was insane.
I was in great shape. Like, in terms of like...
I remember I always had a nice tan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We were always outside. So like I sick. And if you called off, I feel like you were like dying. They would give you so much shit for it. Like if you didn't come in, you like almost had to make that day up. And then they made it a rule to work every Saturday.
It was crazy until like 12.
We worked 6 days a week.
Oh, yeah. And then they would encourage you to go...
I'm so embarrassed.
They would encourage you to go the extra mile.
Yeah, like if you wanted to stay after... It's just a pyramid scheme. They worked... They didn't do anything. They basically got paid because we were making sales.
But they said that they were doing that before as well. But were they? Like, I always wondered that. Like,
did they actually start off that low?
Yeah, like I feel like you could just open up a business and just say you did that stuff and then hire these kids.
Yeah, and it was sad because a lot of these people were interns, right? So these people, like, do you do your internship like as soon as you finish? I don't know, because I don't have like a business degree. Or do you do it while you do it while you're in college, right?
Yeah.
So all these people were like in college and they were doing their internships. They didn't learn anything.
Oh, one of the people there went to Harvard.
Really?
Yeah. The black African or like black. Remember, he was very tall. I think he was gay.
Oh, David.
Yes, he was gay. Or not? Sorry, he wasn't. I don't know. I don't know if he was gay.
He wasn't.
But he went to Harvard and he was doing this.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying is like they tricked all the people that were there, where they were smart. Wait, I'm not gonna say all, but a lot of people were educated that were there. Like they were doing their internships or like they already have a degree.
And they told you to get health insurance and you didn't get it.
You did not get health insurance, and they told you also that all your expenses that went like towards your job. So like for example, for women, getting your nails done, getting your hair done, because you had to look presentable to go knock on people's fucking doors.
You had to look pretty.
You had to look like presentable for the office, and they're like, oh, all those expenses can be taxed, so you can put it like on your taxes, and you don't pay.
Did they say that?
So yeah, I was getting my nails done like every 2 weeks. I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was buying all these nice.
Was this before you realized?
This was early, yeah. So like before I started, I spent so much money like on office clothes. It's pathetic.
So did I. Yeah.
Spent so much money on office clothes, shoes. I mean, like, I have so many pairs of heels now. Seriously, I've never had that many pairs of heels in my life.
At least you have them now.
Yeah.
You know? Taught you good communication skills.
Huh?
At least to taught you, like, you know, you got your communication skills were also good because you had to go talk to random people that could be killers.
I mean, you have to be an outgoing.
I might reapply there.
Please. But I am proud to say that me quitting influenced a lot of other people to quit as well.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I was one of the first people to quit.
Yeah.
Because I caught on to their bullshit.
Well, then you sent me a long text and you were like, this is why, this is why, this is why. And then
literally
I was like,
gave
oh yeah, you
reasons.
know what? That's actually a good point.
Yeah. So I quit. I think I was only there for maybe like, I started end of May and I quit like July 1st. So I quit after like a month of doing this bullshit. But and that's a sad thing. It was such a short amount of time, but I still went through so much bullshit.
I was there for like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, you were there for. There's people that are there that have been working there for years. I mean, like 2-3 years. How are you making a living? I just don't.
You're not.
Yeah, they trick you into thinking you make so much money, but like there were days where you went without making any sales.
They would isolate you. I knew certain people that got like that were like, I haven't talked to my family in months.
Exactly. They isolate you from like your family and your friends because your family and your friends will tell you that what you're doing is bullshit. Mm-hmm. They were like, yeah, I missed my friends' birthday parties, but you know what? I'm the fucking director.
My friends' birthday parties.
I missed so many things in life.
And I'm still missing it.
Yeah, like, you're sorry, you're a fucking loser.
And I haven't seen my child in years.
Yeah, like, you know, my wife lives...
My life lives with this other guy, but fuck it.
Like, it's so messed up, but yeah, me quit. But, you know, I'm thankful because the people that work there, obviously I got to meet you, I got to meet Molly, like Molly, like I still talk to.
Right.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Like I met Fariha,
Yeah.
And like Maddie, like I just look, I'm thankful for at least meeting you guys. That's like the only good thing that came out of it.
Cool people worked there. It was just a bad place to
work. The people that were there, like, were awesome. That's why I think a lot of people stayed. Mm-hmm. Because it was a good environment. Like, we used to, like, play games in the office. And
yeah, it was fun.
It was so much fun. Like, you all looked forward to going into work until you had to be out in the street.
Until you actually had to go to work.
Until you actually had to work.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It was bad.
What a good experience.
I mean, it's an experience that will live with you forever, and you now know.
I think we laugh about it.
Yeah.
It's traumatizing. But, like, talk about it now. It's fucking funny.
It's so funny.
No, we did that. We put our lives in danger.
It was.
Every single day we put our lives in danger.
Destroyed our cars.
I could have easily gotten killed. Especially as a girl by myself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Easily.
As an Arab woman.
Because I'm Arab, yeah.
Mainly because you're Arab, you would have gotten killed. No, I'm just kidding. But listen. This has been a great podcast. Obviously, I'm going to make some edits to this because you were very mean to me at certain points. But,
if you can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen.
I'm also cutting that.
Really, you can't take the heat. You can in here.
This does feel like a kitchen in here. We're baking. But, thank you guys for listening. And, I'll be making some clips.
Yes.
What?
I will be back.
Yeah, you will be.
The best guest that you have ever had on this podcast.
No, I'll have you back for sure. And hopefully by then they help me out with this AC because it was very hot in here today.
Very hot.
It doesn't feel as hot now. I feel like it kind of cooled down.
It cooled down, but, I'm sweating.
You are sweating so much.
No, I'm not.
Oh my God.
You're lying.
You're sweating like a beast. No, I'm kidding.
You had sweat down your forehead.
Yeah, I know. That's when I realized I had to take that off. I was like, fuck. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to JROD Pod. I did the last word. Thank you for listening to JROD Pod, and have a good rest of your day.